So I have this logic problem that's been driving me. I'm pretty sure that I'm right, but I cannot figure out how to prove it. So you know that thing in sitcoms where two people will be getting in an argument about some shared piece of knowledge and one of them knows more than the other about who knows what, and they get in a back and forth where, you know, they're saying, I know you know, I know you know I know, but I know you know I know you know, well, I know that you know that I know that you know that I know. Now what I'm trying to figure out is there an upper limit to that? Is there a point where both parties know enough that you could reasonably say that they know absolutely everything, and that adding additional layers of I know that you know that 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 I know that you know is nonsense? I also have a really strong feeling that this might be something that's like established in intro logic classes. Like this is probably a puzzle that has a name and a whole scholarship on it that I just don't know, because my intro logic class, unlike every other part of the philosophy education I got at the community college I attended for 4.5 years before transferring to Hampshire, was garbage. It's one of those classes where most of the students are on a certificate program to become cops, and it really felt like the point of the class was to get the student through it and give them their credit without actually teaching them how to reason. Most of what we talked about was ethics. And the teacher was not supportive if you made an argument that was logically consistent, but didn't cohere to the standard cultural expectations for the ethics you're applying to that situation. So basically the class didn't teach like thing number one about logic, which is something being logical and something being true are not the same. But so let me walk you through where I'm at so far. Imagine you're a pirate and there's some buried treasure and you know where the buried treasure is. Now, you know where the buried treasure is, therefore you know that you know where the buried treasure is.
And you know that you know that you know where the buried treasure is. And you know that you know that you know that you know where the buried treasure is.
And so on. And because the buried treasure is an object, not another mind, there's no other aspect of this relationship where somebody knows something. There isn't a question of whether or not the treasure knows that you know it's there. Now, let's introduce another mind to this system. Across the archipelago, you see a ship you recognize that belongs to somebody who used to be one of your crewmates. Now, questions arise. Do they know where the treasure is? Do they know that you know where the treasure is? And therefore, do they know that it's urgent to get to the treasure? Do they know that you know that they know where the treasure is? Do they have specific knowledge that it is immediately urgent that they get to the treasure? So they know that it's a race not just in the broad sense that any of the pirates from that crew could come and get the treasure at any time, but specifically that there is another pirate from that crew in the archipelago right now hunting for that treasure. Now, assuming you know that they know that you know, do they know that you know that they know that you know that they know? Because if you don't know that they know that you know that they know that you know, if you don't know that they know that you know that they know, then that could impart a tactical advantage, because then that could impart a tactical advantage because they would know. Then that could be a tactical deficit or advantage because you wouldn't know. I'm sure I got a little bit farther than this when I was thinking it through. Now the thing is, I feel like there's a point at which everybody knows everything.
And so everybody knows that everybody knows everything, and everybody knows that everybody knows that everybody knows everything, and everybody knows that everybody knows that everybody knows that everybody knows everything.
And I feel like there's a point where if you know some number of those tiers, you automatically, by necessity, know all subsequent tiers going up. Like, it's possible to extrapolate all of the information about what other people know from the fact that you know that they know that they know that they know or something, but I can't figure out how to prove it. There's just this weird fuzz there. I don't know. Let me know if you know. Bye.